Today, do a new series, driving around, look, see and talk about property. Today, finally, the first time we are doing FAQ, most covering the top 5 most frequently asked questions. The first one, as a first home buyer, where do I start? While buying for own stay, you will have a lot of subjective preferences. Buying for investment is more straightforward. It's about ROI, it's about numbers. Validating the real transaction price, secondary market, what is the valuation of the property, and we'll be talking what do you need to know if you want to buy a project, what do you need if you want to buy a sub-sales. Fourth most frequently asked question is about when you want to do a research about a project or even a sub-sales, what are the things that you do? And one of the most frequently asked question, when I buy property for investment, that means I need to know what is my installment and also my rental. But most of the time, I wouldn't know the rental. How do you do rental benchmarking? Do I necessarily need to be there physically on site to validate most of the stuff? Actually, no. Most of the stuff, 80-90%, you can validate it online, Google Map, whatever data that you can find about the property, asking the agent, validating the asking rental on iProperty or Property Guru. Let me find a place, I sit down and walk you through in more details. Let's begin. Just found a nice place over here in L'Oreal, Bangsar South. Okay, basically, how do you start as a first home buyers? Whether you want to buy a project or sub-sales, go to project, most likely you don't need much capital, maybe around 500, 1,000 or 5,000 like that. Second consideration is sub-sales. Sub-sales, definitely you need 10% down payment, 5% legal fees, valuation and stamping fees. It's quite straightforward lah if you are going into projects, low capital. And I always personally don't recommend people buy for the sake of own stay only. For me, it's always an investment consideration because you tend to move around for work. You might even move to another state or countries. So if you buy for own stays, right, you must really ensure that you are stable in one location already for easily 10 years, then maybe you can buy for own stay lah. If you buy for investment purpose, you can still rent the unit out. When I say still can rent the unit out means you need to be ensuring that the rental is good. If the rental is just 50%, 60% of your installment, right, no point because you are actually burdening yourself to own a property that you can't rent out at a good rate. So how do you define a good property? I will define it into 3 categories. Category A is the rental can cover 80% of your installment. B, 70% of installment, and C, 60% of your installment. Always go for category A, whereby the property can give you a rental covering 80% of your installment. Okay, next. Then the second question is about buying project or buying sub-sales lah. Depend on you. If you want immediate, then sub-sales. But if you don't have the capital, then project. That's very straightforward lah. This project have these packages, rebates, right, whereby you can just zero down or very low down payment to buy a project, and then it's a brand new, comes with a defects liability. Whereas sub-sales, the good thing is that you can go to the unit property and see all the common areas, see whether how's the maintenance is and how's the unit, how's the population, how's the tenant mixture in that area. Of course, that comes with the cost lah. That means you already need to pay 10% for down payment and 5% for the stamping, legal fee and valuation. You don't need to be always physically and on-site to do all the research. All research can be done maybe 80-90% off-site. You can check everything online. Real transaction price, on-site, the MRT, LRT, construction progress, the route, asking rental in that property based on the layout and the size, whether there will be a link bridge or not, new access roads or even highway and so on, right? Everything you can check off-site. Believe me, look back at the Birch video or the Agile video or even the L'Oreal Bangsar South video that I've done years ago. That time, you don't need to do a lot of things on site. You can just check it on the internet to see whether the rental makes sense or not. How do you validate transacted rental? Not just asking rental on the listing website. Ask area specialist agent lah. Don't just simply ask any agent. And then second thing, go to the listing website. Don't take the lowest, don't take the highest. Take maybe 15% up from the lowest and 15% down from the highest to do a more conservative estimation. If the rental can cover 80% of your installment, then it is a category A, which is a good buy. No matter what property it is, I'm being neutral to all the properties because I work together with all the agency and also property developers. Whether it's Mont Kiara, Bangsa South, Bangsa, PJ, Damansara, and so on. People will always ask me, is this property Laurel good buy or not? Atera good buy or not? Even Ruby Sea Park subsale good buy or not? I will always say, if it's investment, ROI must make sense. Rental must cover 80% of your installment. If your entry price, be it Laurel, Ruby, Atera, Ajam, Mont Kiara, at the Bush in Sentul Barat, even TR Residence 1, TR Residence 2 in MRT, TD Wangsa area, it's all down to rental versus installment. Basically, if you get good price for Ruby Sea Park, maybe your entry price is lower than most of the owners and then your rental makes sense. Okay. But if you enter today, maybe Ruby asking price is already high, then maybe it's not okay. Then move on to the next project. Move on to the next sub-sales. Okay, next. There are so many criteria to validate and I totally don't know how to validate it accurately and not making a costly mistake. Okay, I give you a very simple rule of thumb. If your rental can cover your installment 80%, be it the facility is nice upcoming LRT, MRT, highway, whatever it is, or even a shopping mall, right? All in all, if your rental cannot cover installment for 80%, next. If your rental can cover installment for 80%, then okay, you can study further whether how long it takes for the MRT to complete. For example, Laurel and MRT 3, Societe and Hatamas and also MRT 3, Atera PJ and LRT Asia Jaya. And for example, Kwasa Damansara is developing. There's a lot of other developers coming into the area to develop their own projects. And Kwasa has MRT 2. Kwasa has a master plan development. How long does it take for the master plan development to deliver fruits to your project or development? Keen to understand more details about specific areas or even projects, DM me, I connect you to the right project or sub-sales specialist so that you guys can discuss more. That's all for the top 5 Q&A this round. If there's anything that I didn't answer you, please drop your comment below. I will make sure that I will answer you the next video. Follow for more video like this. I will see you guys in the next one. Okay, bye.